Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more. Like tonight's film, this is 1982's Intimate Lessons. 1982's Intimate Lessons. This film right here was done in 1982, and I mention a side note that the Rocky Horror Picture Show was made in 1975 or released copyrighted in 1975. The only reason I'm making that as a side note to this film is that there's an interesting leadership that connects both of them in vibe. They're not similar films in that sense of plot lines or characters, but there's a similarity that I found in regards to the leadership of sexuality, the leadership of broadening your horizons sexually. And I was starting to see that as Intimate Lessons was going on, and it was really interesting to me. So first and foremost, Intimate Lessons is a movie that is chocked full of incredible music. If you know sexploitation, erotica, and in this case, hardcore triple X films, you know that music can be a real focus of the films because oftentimes, by nature of the genre, there will be extended periods of no dialogue. And music, in some way, this genre acts as almost what MTV was doing in the early 80s, right around this time. But hardcore films have a music video quality to them at times, especially in regards to the sex. The music in this film, at times it sounds like a Dario Argento film. It's European. There's like a real strong European vibe to the proceedings in here. And then almost European psychedelic, almost giallo, almost European horror. There's a section in this movie that is so hypnotic. Even the editing. There are two or three different sequences in this film that have this very deliberate editing choice. And there is a section of almost kaleidoscope camera which starts to put you into a sexual trance, a sexual psychedelic, fevered, horned up fever dream trance. And it reminded me a lot of another film on this YouTube channel called I believe it was called Sensual Encounters of Every Kind, another hardcore film, where the last section of that film, if you watch my video, the last section of that film was so like a horned up trance, like a trance that you're like a psychedelic sexual spell that you're under, and really kind of showing what the psychedelic can mean in erotic cinema. And Intimate Lessons has that as well. Now, in this film, we have a couple tropes that I absolutely adore. One of those tropes is a group of people going to a mansion. A group of people who are going to this mysterious, mansion or huge expensive house, and there is a leader, and that's why I was mentioning Rocky Horror Picture Show, but there is a leader who is here to challenge them. And in one case, we have a girl who's a virgin in the group, and there is the challenge by the leader and his mistress towards the girls and the guys in who are willingly going, knowing I believe that they're going to learn something. The challenge to these people sexually is in line with the with Greek history, with Greek philosophy, and even the Marquis de Sade. Yes, yes, Jess Franco, even the Marquis de Sade. And we have, it's almost like you're in a like you're in a like a like a some avant-garde college classroom where you're getting you're it's almost like you're partaking, or the people that have gone to this mansion are partaking in some like real experimental, off the hinges, edgy, hippie, college classroom where you can get naked um and have sex and do sexual things. And the interest, there is a element in here of almost education. And you'll see this a lot in hardcore cinema, where it's almost as if they are playing off of the type of movie this is, and how revolutionary it is in 1982, and how the Vice Squad was after them. So the participants are being taught about erotica and the differences between erotica and pornography, and they're being taught this, and it's almost like it's breaking the fourth wall with the movie that we are watching. And in this film, we have Kay Parker, Paul Thomas, Casey Valentine, Danielle, who's definitely a favorite of mine. Becky Savage is without a doubt one of my absolute favorites, and she has strabismus. And it's interesting. In the past couple of years, I was diagnosed with strabismus at times. That's when one eye starts to drift over here and the other eye stays there. Like, typically it happens to me when I start staring, and then one eye will just start to drift. Well, Becky Savage has it all the time. You'll see her in one of the films. Multiple films I've looked at on this YouTube page, like Starship Eros and Cat House Fever. But she is in here, and she is amazing in here. I love her. There is a very this is directed by Philip. My eyes are not what they used to be. Philip Marshak. Philip Marshak. Need my glasses. And I didn't have glasses when this channel first started. In X-rated cinema, directors, you will see what they like to focus on sexually. You will see their fetishes, maybe. You will see either their fetishes, or you will see what they're just interested in. And in this particular film, we have a very strong emphasis on on oral sex and guys releasing inside of girls' mouths. That is a strong emphasis, fantastically and fetishistically, and there are some really intense music video type sexual sequences, orgy-like sequences, Greek garb, Greek makeup, sex with food, sex in pool, the most amazing going down a slide into underwater sexual photography I have ever seen. The going down the water slide at the pool, or just a regular slide, not a water slide, but going down a regular slide with two people naked, sexual. Never seen that in any porno or anything else like that. It was incredible. The other thing that is quite shocking, I don't want to give anything away, but that we have a girl that you find out, I guess, either had a baby or is pregnant, because intercut in between the orgy of these sex scenes at the swimming pool scene, we have her squirting her her milk out of her breasts in the film, and it's just squirting out. It's just happening in this psychedelic trance-like collage that's happening in the film. Intimate Lessons has a group of characters, the challenge of free love versus commitment. We have the aspect of a group of people in a house, leader, education, kind of almost like a Rocky Horror vibe, mixed with some very entertaining and almost powerful copulation sequences. Really powerful copulation sequences in here, and some humor as well. This is 1982's Intimate Lessons, and this is from Quality X, the Quality X label. The director of this did Dracula Sucks and Blue Ice. Okay, you can find them on my YouTube channel as well. They call this a wacky journey. You know, in some form, it almost reminds me a bit of the film Sex World as well. And you can see some of the Greek, you know, vibes here. There's atmosphere in here, and there is a bizarre, historical, yet eyes wide shut, wacky, experimental, slightly dark at times. Slightly dark. And the intense insanity of cherries being or one. This is Intimate Lessons from 1982. Thank you so much for watching the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page, where I talk about films that I believe need to be talked about more, like Intimate Lessons. Have a great night.